Okay, Tim family, if you've not done so, please star 6 so we can mute out any background noise. We're going to go ahead and get our call started tonight. We are so excited to introduce our next speaker.
All callers are muted.
Yep. Damn.
All callers are unmuted.
It is my pleasure.
Hello. Hello, this is Dolly from Reno.
Okay, welcome to the call, Reno. If you will, just start so we can just mute your call. Thank you so much. Welcome to the call tonight. Once again, we're going to introduce our guest speaker. It's my pleasure and my honor to welcome back our call tonight as our guest speaker, Susan Rex Ryan, returning to our 10 call for the second time. Susan is award-winning author of Defend Your Life, an awesome book about health benefits of vitamin D, including the potential prevention of chronic medical conditions, including autism, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and multiple sclerosis, and many, many more. Her health articles have been published in magazines. Susan has also been on various radio shows where she's discussed vitamin D's benefits. Welcome back, Susan, to our Team 10 call tonight. Thank you for taking the time out of your very busy schedule and joining us on our call. Susan, due to the fact that this is Autism Awareness Month, we have some questions related to vitamin D3 deficiency and autism. Are you out there, Susan?
I sure am, Pat. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to work with you all on this important show.
Well, it is just so wonderful to have you back, Susan. Our first question to you is, how important do you think it is for both parents prior to conception and that both parents increase their vitamin D3 supplement?
Well, I think it's very important for biological parents to enjoy optimal vitamin D3 levels prior to conception. Now, of course, we're talking an ideal situation when people are planning to have children. But there are a lot of people out there thinking about children, and I encourage them to get their vitamin D levels up because we know that every cell in the brain, for example, has a vitamin D receptor. And those receptors are there, of course, to receive vitamin D to help the brain develop normally when a baby is under development. So if these receptors don't get vitamin D, if these receptors don't get vitamin D, then...
All callers are muted. All callers are unmuted.
Nice. Susan, are you there? We're having some technical difficulties. Are you there, dear? I'm sorry. Susan, if you're out there, you may want to hang up and just call back in and use the PIN number. Yeah. Or Melissa, you may want to three-way her in. If you've not done so and you're on the call, please star 6 to mute your phone so we can keep out the background noise.
Am I connected to the radio then?
Hey, Pat, I'm bringing Susan back on.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up.
Hello, is still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, darling. So sorry we had some technical difficulty there. I still apologize.
Oh, that's fine. This happens quite frequently.
Okay, dear, I am so sorry. You were talking to us about how important it is for both parents, biological parents, to increase their vitamin D3 before conception. So will you go ahead, please, on that?
Sure. There are a number of studies that have indicated that having adequate vitamin D3 in the biological parents will greatly help the health of the developing baby. And here's how vitamin D really plays into this, is the brain, every cell in the brain has a vitamin D receptor. And what that means is these receptors are there awaiting receipt of vitamin D. And if they get the vitamin D, then they do their thing to make the brain, develop normally. If they don't get the vitamin D, then other things can go wrong, i.e., developmental disorders. That's a very simplified example of that, but I can't emphasize enough, certainly in terms of considering a disorder like autism, I think it would behoove parents to consider getting their vitamin D levels tested, or just getting in there and beginning to supplement with vitamin D3. And I'd like to also mention prenatal vitamins. I don't know how many times I have heard readers saying, oh, well, I'm taking prenatal vitamins. I don't need to take anything else. Well, prenatal vitamins only contain 400 international units of vitamin D3. That is the level of vitamin D3 to prevent rickets. We need much more than that a day. For pregnant women, they're recommending at least 6,000 international units a day of vitamin D3. So I just want to emphasize that prenatal vitamins, I can't address the other nutrients that are in a prenatal vitamin, but for vitamin D3, there is not nearly enough vitamin D3 in those prenatal vitamins. So it's essential to supplement with vitamin D3.
Wow, that's quite a bit of difference, isn't it, Susan? From 400 up to, would you say 6,000? Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty major, isn't it? Who do you feel, who is at risk developing autism? The reason I'm asking this question is that in North Carolina, just North Carolina, there's 1 out of 58 children that are affected with autism, and in the U.S., there is 1 out of 88 children that are affected with autism. So tell us who you feel that are at risk with autism.
Well, first of all, males are almost 5 times more likely to develop autism than females. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Then we have genetic factors and then environmental factors. And by environmental, I mean chemicals that are in the air, in the water, in our food, the toxins that are just around us, in our products, in our furniture, carpeting, cars, really everywhere. And I wrote this article that was just published yesterday titled The Coincidence of Autism and Vitamin D, and I really address in there that I believe that vitamin D deficiency is a risk factor. Now, some of this is based on theory, but there are enough studies out there that correlate the relationship between the most natural source of vitamin D, which is sunlight, specifically ultraviolet B rays, but most people don't get enough of that sunlight. So that's why vitamin D3 supplementation is so important. And it's interesting that you mentioned North Carolina, Pat, that so many children are affected by autism in North Carolina. North Carolina is about 35 degrees north in latitude, which is kind of the line sort of line of demarcation on amount of sunlight that you can get. But, you know, in today's world, in the 21st century, I kind of look at that and say, you know, it doesn't really make that much difference. And the reason, here are a couple of reasons why. Kids tend to play, and people, they tend to play indoors. People are living indoors. They're getting in a car in air conditioning, going to an office in air conditioning. We're not out in the sun enough. And when we are out in the sun, we have the sunscreen factor. And sunscreen basically denies you of making vitamin D naturally in your skin. And I think that there's a correlation between the rise of autism really happening starting in the 1980s and the sun scare that was invoked upon us in the United States in the late 1980s. I think it's more than a coincidence.
Wow. And, you know, I have the figures for raising a healthy child. In 2013, which is $241,000 until they reach the age of 18. In your book, Defend Your Life, you stated that the figure in 2006, the cost to raise a child with autism was, wow, an amazing figure of $3.2 million. That was due to the cost of special education, social support, self-sufficiency, and employability. Medical treatment primarily compromises years of taking expensive drugs. What do you think the average cost is today, Susan, to raise a child with autism just until they reach the age of 18?
Well, Pat, it's pretty large. You know, you mentioned the figure of $241,000 to raise a healthy child for the child's first 18 years. I did a little bit of research, and the current estimate is $60,000 per year for an autistic child to raise them, and figuring that a lot of children are not diagnosed till at least 2 years of age. I did a quick calculation of $60,000 a year, say for 16 years, because the first couple of years,
right,
you usually don't know because the child isn't diagnosed yet. It would be $960,000. Excuse me. So that's $960,000 as opposed to $241,000, and you could almost say it's getting near $1 million, and that's just to age 18.
I know.
The figures for caring for a person for their lifetime ranges from $3.5 to $5 million. Now that's for a lifetime.
As a rule, can they ever be self-sufficient, Susan? Well, I guess it depends on how bad their autism is or what phase, I guess, they're at, right?
Exactly. It really depends where they are on the spectrum, and it's a rather wide spectrum. There are many folks with, for example, have Asperger's, and that's on the spectrum. And these folks they tend to be very bright, certainly way above average intelligence, and they go to college and they have good jobs and careers and can raise families. So that's just one example of a type of autism where the person, chances are, will be very much employable and self-sufficient and can live a pretty, I hate to use the word normal, but normal life.
Right.
So, you know, but then there are a lot of poor souls that, you know, do not have that kind of future, and that's where, you know, we're talking millions of dollars over a lifetime to care for them.
What else would you like with us on autism? Is it something in particular that, and vitamin D, something else you would like to share with us?
Well, thanks, Pat. You know, while I was preparing for the show, I came across a statement saying that the fastest growing serious developmental disorder in the United States is autism. That's the fastest growing. What is growing in terms of sales at the same time? Sunscreen, sunblock, going over $1 billion a year in sales. And I'll just conclude by saying a coincidence? I don't think so, but that's just my opinion.
Right. Wow. That is truly amazing. Thank you so much for bringing all of your with us tonight on this. That is just so incredible, and the figures are just so high, and it just amazes me that more and more children have this unfortunate disorder. I'd rather call it a disorder than a disease. So it's just so you would think the government would take a stronger look at some things once again and look into this. And I guess that's why it's very important for all of us to bring the awareness and have the month of April be Autism Awareness Month, and just talk about it more and more and more. What we can do to help.
Exactly, Pat. And that's what prompted me to write the article I mentioned, the coincidence of autism and vitamin D deficiency. And I do have a chapter in my book, Defend Your Life, about preventing autism and also treating autism with relation to vitamin D supplementation. So there's a lot out there. I could have written a lot more because there's a lot of good information on how vitamin D3 supplementation may prevent autism, and there's a lot of encouraging news about treating autistic people.
Well, I'm hearing more and more, Susan, and I know you're bringing it forth as well. We're hearing more and more about vitamin D and the importance of vitamin D. I noticed there's been a lot of things on TV lately about vitamin D, news reports and so on. So thank you so much for all that you do to bring this vitamin D deficiency to awareness to everyone. Thank you so very much for all your great papers, your books that you've written, and the shows that you've done across the airways to, once again, to make people more knowledgeable of really what is going on in our world and with the deficiency of vitamin D. Thank you so very much. Awesome. And thank you for joining us once again and taking your time out to join us tonight.
Oh, thank you, Pat. It's my pleasure. I hope I can help people, in terms of increasing awareness. So that's what I hope to do.
I know that you have already, Susan, and just by coming on our calls and helping us with more knowledge about it, thank you so much. It's been marvelous, and thanks again.
Thank you, Pat. Take care.
Thanks a million. Okay, Melissa, what are your comments on the vitamin D deficiency? What's your thoughts on this? Because I know you're quite the researcher yourself. Melissa, are you out?
Actually, it's better
to please. Excuse me.
All callers are muted.
What's your thoughts on this?
All callers are unmuted.
Melissa, are you out there?
Hello?
Okay, what's going on here tonight?
Yeah. You got some of those?
We've got someone in the background. If you would please star 6 so that we can hear the call. Okay, Melissa, go ahead, dear. Okay, we're going to go ahead to product testimonial. Alan Hooker, are you out there? If so, we would love for you to share with us your mom's story, how she's dealt with a disorder called cerebral ataxia for quite some time now. Tell us a little about this disorder and the changes your dad has noticed being her caretaker for years. What he's noticed the difference in your mom since the 10 products. Are you out there, Alan?
Hey, Pat.
Hi, Melissa.
I had to redial in. The phone must be going crazy, but I'm going to tell you what. With that excitement, I'm getting the end of my call because I'm going, it is so crazy. We have, to get the word out. We need to educate people in this world. It's amazing. We have a tool in our hand that can not only get absorbed in everyone's bloodstream within seconds, but it's 98% absorption versus 10% of a pill form. That means 90% of that pill they're flushing down the toilet. Isn't that crazy?
It is pretty crazy, Melissa.
We have Deep Power, which is our intraoral spray. It will help prevent a lot of diseases. With 5 sprays that equal up to 2,000 IU daily, that's what helps fight, guess what? Autism, asthma, pain, bone disease, osteoporosis, fractures, cancers, which include breast, colon, prostate, cardiovascular disease, the common cold, dental issues, diabetes 1 and 2, digestive system, Crohn's disease, IBS, colitis, eye conditions, that includes macular degeneration, female issues, MS, genetic aging, hearing loss, inflammation, influenza, which is H1N1, lupus, mental disorder, autism, dementia, migraine, muscular sclerosis, muscle weaknesses, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's disease, pregnancies, newborn issues, pulmonary disease, COPD, cystic fibrosis, rheumatoid arthritis, skin diseases, dermatitis, eczema, psoriasis, testosterone, and thyroid disorder. And was that not a mouthful? Can you speak to help with 5 sprays a day?
That is a mouthful, Melissa. My. It is just totally amazing. And who would have ever thought all of those disorders are attributed to being vitamin D3 deficient?
I know.
It amazes me the more I learn every day about this amazing vitamin. And what we can do for prevention.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. We have a tool in our hand. And I'm going to go ahead and briefly go over a couple of the products that we have. And
yes, do.
Get into our testimony. We have our Beat Boost, which is 8 sprays daily. It gives you vitamin D3, D6, and B12. It plays a diverse role in the operations of our body. It maintains the nervous system, the red blood cells, creates energy, it boosts our metabolism, and it helps with properly functioning our brain, our heart, our liver, our kidneys. It's in fact essential for optimum health, performance, and well-being. Vitamin B12 only occurs naturally in meat sources. Therefore, it's not found in any plant. So there are very serious deficiencies out there. If you know a vegan, a vegetarian, anyone that's elderly, anyone that's had a bypass surgery, most likely they're suffering lower in those levels, and they do need a B12 supplement. The next product that we have is our Super 10. It's a powerful blend of 10 superfoods, antioxidants, minerals, nutrients for the optimum health. It performs in a perfect formula. It's the world's most beneficial health and wellness ingredients. It also helps with enhancement of vitality, immunity, mental clarity, and health. You feel like a perfect 10. Some of the ingredients that we have in this marvelous spray is aloe vera, the maki berry, the goji berry, the acai berry, and green tea extract. If you have a poor digestive tract, guess what? Many illnesses are related to that. The anti-inflammatory, reflux, blood pressure, cardiovascular, anxiety, stress, weight gain, chronic headache, oxidative stress. This is a powerful Super 10 spray that we have 8 times a day, and it'll help starting those free radicals go away. Let me go to our next product. Like I said, it's our powerful blend that we have, 8 sprays a day. It's unique products that we have with a blend of green coffee beans, African mango, Carolina paprika, green tea extract, again, Garcinia cambogia. That's what the hype is about now, losing weight, is that Garcinia cambogia. We take the extract of that fruit, and guess what? It prevents and it also controls the appetite. The best part about Garcinia cambogia is that it helps people avoid that hunger craving, and it also tends to bust those hunger cravers that they have for eat. But not least, we have our cell energy that we're all waiting patiently for. It's got 4 natural ingredients: natural caffeine, alpha-lipoic acid, resveratrol, and glutathione. If you know anything about glutathione, is the mother of all antioxidants and the most important molecule that you need to stay healthy. And we spray that away we have going on here, and we are going to be able to help the world get healthy one state at a time. Back to you guys.
Wow. Pretty amazing, isn't it, Team Family? All the great, powerful sprays that we've got out there to help a lot of different disorders. And it just delights me every day when I hear a testimonial on someone that our products has helped, like the D, the B. It's just amazing. They've lost weight. They've got more energy. And it just still amazes me every day. Sandra Durgan, it's my pleasure to introduce to you this wonderful lady all the way from Berkeley, California. This is Samantha Richardson's sister, you know, that we've had on the call a couple of different times, who herself has a remarkable story with these 10 products. In 1972, Sandra was poisoned, which left her totally blind, with paralysis from the waist down. Many physicians told her mother that she would never walk again, but with the help of her brother John, she regained the use of her legs. Sandra, if you're out there with us, please share with us your 10 story.
Yes. Hello, Team Family.
Oh, hello, Sandra. So great to have you on the call tonight.
Yes. I'm happy to be a team member. Yes, I have several illnesses. I'm totally blind. I have COPD. I have osteoporosis. I have diverticulitis. High blood pressure.
My friend.
Yeah. And for a long time, I wasn't able to wash myself, dress myself, lotion my body. And since I have been taking this sprays, I'm able to walk further. I'm able to wash myself, dress myself, and lotion myself.
That is so wonderful, Sandra. And I know you're just totally amazed with the progress that you've made with the vitamins. Or
yes,
you and the B and the Super 10, or what all are you doing?
Yes, I take all 4 of them.
All 4 of them. Okay, my friend. Well, that is just so marvelous. And, you know, this really touches my heart when I know that these products have touched someone's life and has brought them strength and brought them back to where they can do things for themselves. And I know you're just elated.
Oh, yes, I'm so happy to be able to do something for myself.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, my darling, for sharing your story with us tonight. You've touched a lot of hearts out here in the 10 family. And
I hope so.
Thank you for taking the time with us tonight, Sandra. We greatly appreciate you, and you just stay on those products, and we'll see you at some of the 10 functions coming up, hopefully.
Oh, yes.
Okay, darling. Thank you so much for sharing tonight. Alan Hooker, are you out there tonight? Okay, Alan said that he would try to get on the call tonight. Alan, too, has a marvelous story in reference to his mother, and we'll bring him back another night, and we'll just move on tonight. Christy Fair, are you out there? And if so, will you go ahead and give us a company overview and tell us about this great comp plan that Team Effort Nefford has to offer?
I can hear me.
We can hear you loud and clear, my friend. Go ahead.
Fantastic. And guys, I want to be the first to apologize for the technical difficulty we're having on the lines. But if you would, please remember to mute your phone or *6 so that we can keep out the background noise. We greatly appreciate it. I'm going to go right into our founders of the company, Mel and Amy Gill. Our slogan is commitment to make a difference, and that's exactly what these two servant-driven leaders have done. They have over 20 years of direct selling industry experience. Just celebrated an 11-year anniversary of Team Effort International, which is my video talk. Excuse me.
Are you there, Christy? Okay, Christy, you may need to hang up and just call back.
I'll bring her back in, Pat.
Thanks, dear. We apologize, Chen family, for the technical difficulties tonight. I know they're checking into a new system for us, so hopefully.
Pat, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, go ahead, Christy. Go ahead, dear.
There again. Look, it's all Satan. He does not want us to talk about this. I'm telling you. It's just knowledge, darling. Exactly. The greater the adversity, the greater the destiny, is what I've always said. So with that, I'm sure Mel and Amy Gill have had a lot of struggles along with their 11 years. Truly a successful company. They just celebrated Debt-Free International, and understand we just launched Team Effort Network, which is our wonderful whole food vitamin sprays, in February. Not even several weeks after that, we launched Mexico. Now we're in Japan, Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, going into the Philippines. So understand the importance of what you have in the palm of your hand. So as well as having a solid foundation, which is unheard of with network marketing, walking straight into the foundation to which we have. We also have Mel and Amy Gill being the servant-driven leaders they are. We also have the amazing compensation plan. You have 10 different ways to get paid. How you qualify for the 10 different ways to get paid is you simply bring in a business partner, two business partners actually. You place one on the right and one on the left. You walk into this company as a diamond distributor, and you also bring two of the very same business partners, one on the right and one on the left. And congratulations, you're a team builder, and you qualify to get paid all 10 different ways with a company. So we have some exciting things going on with the month of April. Woohoo! We've now officially are 100% shipping out of our new facility. We have new marketing material that everyone should be seeing coming up in their shipment. We have a revised website. We have brochures that you'll be seeing coming complimentary in your shipments as well. Hey, just a reminder, please make sure that you mute your phone. We're having a lot of background noise.
Yes, Chrissy, hold on just a minute. Someone out there needs to star 6, please, and be courteous callers.
Perfect. So with that, another thing we're very excited about is Team Effort TV, and I've said it again, and I'll say it now, how very exciting. This is going to be a tool that you're going to be able to use as it's going to give you product information, the ingredients, detail on the compensation plan, as well as clips from the leaders, such as some highlights that have happened and how they've achieved the greatness that they have, possibly even picking up their vehicles. So that's very exciting to us. Speaking of leaders, we want to definitely congratulate Mr. Barry Ackrell and Pastor Denise and achieving the 1-star and receiving their car bonus. So, and another great leader, Anita Poole from the United Kingdom, is holding the training that's on how to run the administrative side of your business, which is every Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. And you can actually find the link that's posted on the Facebook page of Tenacious Generation. Again, that was Tenacious Generation. So a couple of exciting promotions that we have going on, and this is going to go actually until the 23rd. So I know that there is just a short amount of time between now and then, but do not stop running, guys. I'm telling you, your excitement allows these amazing products to be your belief system. Everybody has a story. If you just walked into the company and you don't have your story built yet, then use one of ours to help as a tool to get you where you need to be. So with that, these promotions are going to end on April 23rd. As far as achieving, when you bring in two business partners, we'll be in San Francisco, I believe it's the 17th. And if you bring two business partners in between now and the 23rd, you're going to be able to go on a cruise. Yes, I said that's right. You're going on a brunch cruise with all the leaders at Treasure Island in San Francisco, California. I'm looking very, very forward to seeing everyone there. And we also, again, Mel and Amy Gill are servant-driven leaders, and this is just another example as to their giving spirits. We have new cell energy that Melissa had mentioned. So if you have a 10-pack on auto ship for the current distributors, you will receive 2 free cell energies in your shipment. If you have a 4-pack, you're going to receive 1 free cell energy in your shipment. Again, a 10-pack, you're going to receive 2. A 4-pack, you're going to receive 1. Very excited about that. For every diamond distributor you bring into the company, they're also going to receive 2 complimentary cell energies in with their package as well. So, Pat, I do believe that is that's it. So,
I think you've got it. Hey there, Miss Christy. Thank you so much. Great job, my friend. Thank you, as always. Great job. Next up, we do have another product testimonial that we love this guy. He's family to Ed and I, our brother. And Alan, could you please tell us about your mom? Know that she's dealt with a disorder for a time now, a bit about this disorder and the changes that your wonderful dad, he's such a great caretaker for your mom. He's taken care of her for years. And tell us the changes that he has noticed in your mom. Alan, are you out there?
Hello, yes, I am. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Alan, loud and clear. Thank you so much for stepping up and telling us the difference you've seen in your mom.
Sure, just a quick historical background. My mom was diagnosed with cerebellar ataxia, which is something new to our family. We had no idea, didn't know what it was, but it's similar to an MS kind of condition. It's where you have a disconnect between the limbs and body organs, so the brain is giving out a signal, but arms are not moving and those kinds of things. So over the years, we've seen our mom deteriorate from being a very active person who played volleyball and basketball in high school, who I believe that's where I get all my athleticism from, reduced down to a wheelchair and could not dress herself. So a few weeks ago, I just gave my father the D and the G spray. And the spray was so difficult for my mom, she couldn't even spray them in her mouth herself. So my dad had to give it to her. So every day he would do this, and he started noticing different changes in her memory. He also noticed that she was now going to the bathroom on her own, and he would constantly have to help her get dressed. And now he's starting to notice that when he gets to the bedroom to help her get dressed, she's already dressed, and she's standing up out of her wheelchair. Her goal now is to get back to her walker. And she's a very vibrant lady. And we kind of watched it deteriorate, and then my father kind of called and said, listen, I've been watching your mom every single day, and now I'm noticing that she has a memory increase, and she can recall things back, and she has a better handle on time, because the cerebellum ataxia attacks your memory of knowing how long you've done something or having a sense of time. So I'm just grateful that someone came along with the spray to be able to get it in her body so that she can utilize it, and now something we thought there was no cure for, we're starting to see changes in our mom. So I'm excited about that, and I have an older brother who also was diagnosed with the same thing, and so, of course, we went out and sat in Ed, were very gracious and helped him to start on the spray. So maybe in the next couple of weeks we'll have a testimony from him.
Absolutely. Wow, Alan, I know when I heard that, it really, really touched my heart. And I tell you what, it's just amazing what these sprays are doing. And by the way, my friend, I did some research for you today, as I'm always researching. I'm like a junior Melissa. But anyways, I got out there and did some research on the disorder. And by the way, it can be caused by vitamin B12 deficiency. So I sent you by email some articles on that so you can read up on it. I'm just so excited about your story. I can't wait to see your mom walking to you again, Alan. And it really, I could almost get teary-eyed. It really touches my heart. And I